Hello students, I am Pallab Darbari. Welcome you all in my YouTube channel Pallab Darbari classes. In this video I will discuss the reason for the new economic policy. Dear aspirants, I have already made videos on chapter 1 and chapter 2. Please watch those videos again and again so that the things becomes clear, the concept will be clear and you can score very good marks. If you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon so that whenever I upload the new videos, you get the notification. Let us discuss the new economic policy. On 23rd July 1991, India decided to launch the new economic policy, and the reason for that is fiscal deficit and the balance of payment crisis. In the year 1980, being influenced by the Washington Consensus ideology, India decided to follow the lenient import policy. The reason for following the lenient import policy was that more and more investment should come in the industrial sector, or it becomes very easy to get loan for the upliftment of industrial sector. No doubt, this has increased the export, but the foreign indebtedness increased a lot, and our country start facing the problem of balance of payment crisis. The things becomes much more worst when the Gulf War took place in the year 1991. The Gulf War had two negative impact. The first was because of the Gulf War, the price of the petroleum start increasing up, and because of which there is a fall in the foreign exchange reserve. The second problem which the country faced because of the Gulf War was there is a fall in the private remittance. Listen, private remittance means the money which the people living in Gulf countries sending to India. Because of the Gulf War, what happened? More and more people start returning to their hometown, as a result of which there is a fall in the private remittance. The balance of payment crisis reflected a deeper problems. The data shows that the fiscal deficit was 8% of the GDP. And India was facing the problem of hyperinflation situation. It means that the inflation might be in between 13 to 17%. I will discuss this inflation later on in this chapter. The minority government of the time had taken a bold and the conventional steps. During that time period, P.V. Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister, and it was a minority government, but for the development, for the betterment of the country, the government decided that they will go for the economic reforms. The reason was that the balance of payment problem should be minimized. India borrowed the money from the International Monetary Fund under the Extended Fund Facility programs. India can borrow the money from the World Bank also and from the International Monetary Fund. But to revive the falling economy, the country can borrow the money from the International Monetary Fund. And for the development of the economy, the country can borrow the money from the World Bank. During that time period, our economy was about to collapse. So, India decided to take the money from the International Monetary Fund. International Monetary Fund decided to give the money so that the balance of payment problem should be solved. But they asked us to follow certain conditions. Let us see what are the conditions which they imposed on us. The first condition was the International Monetary Fund asked us to devalue our rupees by 22%. When I say devalue the rupee, it means the International Monetary Fund asked us to decrease the value of our currency. The second is they asked the country to cut down the import tariff from 130% to 30%. The second is they asked the country to increase the excise duty by 20% so that the revenue shortfall should be minimized. The next thing is they asked the government to cut down the expenditure by 10%. Let us discuss the type of the inflation. Listen, we are having four types of the inflation. The first is the creeping inflation. Here the rate of price rise is 2% annually. It is favorable for the economic development. Listen, in the case of the creeping inflation, the prices increase to 2%, and creeping inflation is always supportive to the economic development. The next is walking inflation. When the price rise to 5% annually, it is a walking inflation, and this is a whistleblower for the economic crisis. The third type of the inflation is running inflation. When the rate of price reaches to 10% annually, the economy is under extreme threat of collapse. The fourth type of the inflation is the hyperinflation. Here the price rise is in between 10 to 20%. In the year 1991, India was under the hyperinflation problems. Under the economic policy, it is being decided that the government will follow two measures. The first is macroeconomic stabilization measures. Under this measure, it is being decided that the government will take steps so that the aggregate demand should increase. And to increase of the aggregate demand, government decided to create employment opportunities in the country. The second measure is structural reform measures. Through this reform, it is being decided that the government will boost up the aggregate supply, and this is being done by the liberalization, privatization and globalization reforms. Let us discuss the need for economic reforms. Economic reform is being needed for 6 reasons. The first one is fiscal deficit. Second is adverse balance of payment. Next is fall in foreign exchange reserve. Then inflation. Then poor performance of PSUs. And the last one is inefficient management. Let us discuss all these measures one by one. The first reason for the new economic policy was fiscal deficit. Before 1991, the fiscal deficit of the country increased too much because of the hike of non-developmental expenditure. Example, expenditure incurred on flood, etc. The income of the public sector was not enough to meet out the growing expenditure. Due to the continuous rise in the fiscal deficit, Indian economy was in a debt trap. The data shows that interest liability was 36.4% of the GDP. With this, you can easily imagine the condition of the fiscal deficit. The next reason was adverse balance of payment. Balance of payment means the inflow and the outflow of the foreign currency. Adverse balance of payment means that the outflow is more and the inflow is less. It means more and more money is moving out of the country and less money is coming inside the country. Before 1991, export was less due to poor quality of the domestic product, and the import was very high in spite of heavy tariffs and quotas. The balance of payment increased from 2,200 crores to 17,300 crores. The next reason for the new economic policy was fall in foreign exchange reserve. Foreign exchange reserve were exclusively used to meet out compensation requirements or to use for the infrastructure development of the country. During that time period, the foreign exchange was very low. It was keep on falling up. We have seen because of the Gulf War, there was a fall in the foreign exchange reserve. Listen, foreign exchange reserve declined to a level that was not adequate to finance import for more than 2 weeks. That was a critical condition India was facing during that time period. The data shows that the foreign exchange reserve declined to 6,000 crores from 8,200 crores. The next reason was inflation. Inflation means increase in the price of the commodity. The economic crisis was further compounded by rising price of essential goods. One of the reasons for inflation was deficit financing. What it means? It means borrowing the money from the government, that is borrowing the money by the government from the RBI to meet its deficit. Because of deficit financing, the supply of the money increases, as a result of which the demand pops up. The supply of the commodity was not enough, as a result of which there is a hike in the price of the commodity. This type of the inflation is called the demand pull inflation. The rate of the inflation was 16.7%. It was a worst condition India was facing during that time period. The next reason for the new economic policy was poor performance of the public sector undertaking. The industrial sector, business sector and the agriculture sector became well diversified by 1990, largely due to the public sector, but the performance was not up to the mark. It was disappointing. Many public sector firms incurring huge losses. Why? Because the management was very poor. The next reason was inefficient management. Due to faulty management, rules and laws which aimed at controlling and regulating the economy end up in hampering the process of growth and development. Most of the PSUs was running at a loss. It was due to lack of finance, protective policies, inefficient administration forces the government to think, and finally the government decided that they will change the new economic policy. That's all we have in this video. Thanks for watching. God bless you all.